Hello and warm welcome to our daily and special current affairs program in the news. Recently, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Science and Technology has expressed some concerns regarding DNA technology bill. Tell you that this committee is headed by Congress leader Jairam Ramesh. In today's In the News program, we will discuss about what is DNA technology bill, why do we need it, major provisions of the DNA technology bill. Apart from this, we will discuss the concerns associated with this bill, and in last, we will tell you the way ahead of this bill. So let's start with the question. What is DNA technology bill? It is a bill intended to regulate the use of DNA technology for establishing the identity of persons related with matters mentioned in a schedule. These consist of criminal matters, civil matters like parentage disputes, immigration or immigration issues, and transplantation of human body parts. Now let's know why do we need it. At present, there is no law to regulate the use of DNA technology for identification of persons. Many experts groups such as the Law Commission have advocated for the need of use and regulation of DNA technology. Hence, the Commission submitted its report along with a draft bill in July 2017. In accordance with it, on August 9, 2018, the DNA Technology Use and Application Regulation Bill 2018 was introduced in Lok Sabha. The bill is intended for the regulation and use of DNA technology for the purpose of identification of individuals not only in criminal matters but in civil matters as well. If we tell you about the important provisions of this bill, then bill contains the provision of setting up a national data bank and regional DNA data banks. It says that each data bank will prepare indices such as the crime scene index, offenders index, suspects or under trials index, missing persons index, and unknown deceased persons index. There is also a provision in the bill that a DNA regulatory board will be set up. It is mandatory for each laboratory that analyzes DNA samples to establish the identity of a person to get accreditation by the board. According to the bill, before collection of the DNA samples of a person, it would be necessary to have a written consent of that individual. However, in the case of offences with punishment of more than 7 years in jail or death, consent is not required. Bill also seeks for the deletion of DNA profiles of suspects on the filing of a police report or court order. If a written request is filed, profiles in the crime scene and missing persons index will be deleted. If we talk about what are the concerns are associated with this bill, then there is a possibility that DNA data could be misused for caste or community-based profiling. The bill makes the provision of consent in several matters, but in each of those, a magistrate can easily override consent. So in effect, provision of consent is of no use. Moreover, bill does not provide grounds and reasons when the magistrate can override consent. The bill does not mention the specific time period for the retention of DNA found at crime scene. That means it can be retained for the indefinite time period even if conviction of the offender has been overturned. The bill also contains the provisions that DNA profiles for civil matters will also be saved in data banks, but without a clear and separate index. This violates the fundamental right to privacy. Finally, if we talk about the way ahead of this bill, then there should be some provisions to deal with the case of misuse of the data obtained through DNA profiling. There should be a guidance in the bill regarding the grounds and reasons when the magistrate can override consent. There should be a robust data protection legislation. In case if the person has been found innocent, his DNA profile must be deleted immediately from the data bank. There should be an independent scrutiny to supervise the task of deletion of DNA profile.